Hi, Scorpio. So let's do a 4-layered spread to try to capture as much of the energy around you as we can. So I have 2 tarot decks and 2 oracle decks that we're going to use. So we're starting with 7 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Page of Swords, Queen of Cups, 9 of Wands, Knight of Cups, 3 of Swords, the Hermit, King of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So there's a lot of court cards in this deck. This spread. Underneath is the 3 of Pentacles. So Scorpio, I can already tell that this is going to be a love reading. It seems like we've been getting a lot of love readings lately. So we have intuition, hunger, love, sweetness, peace, and flow. Under this deck is abundance. Then we're going to get 6 of these tarot cards for our 3rd layer. So there's 8 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, the Star, 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, the Magician. Under this deck is Page of Swords again. And then we're going to get 2 of these. And then Scorpio, we're really going to get into this. So there's the House and there's the Bouquet. So we have intuition and the Bouquet. And then this is the card for you underneath this deck. Okay, so it feels to me that with the 3 of Pentacles and abundance, it feels like you have some kind of history with this person, but yet you still feel like they're a mystery. Or it could be the other way around, that they could feel that you are the mystery. I just feel like maybe one or both of you has not been presenting themselves in their most authentic or in their most non-egoic way. So that's just what I have from the surface, is that it could be a bit confusing, but you're still very curious about this person. And also it feels like it's not a new person. It's someone you have some history with. So when I look at the energy that exists between the 2 of you, you know what I'm also getting from the surface energy is there's something going on right now that you wonder if this is your long-term person or not. And it may be because there are things that you just don't understand. So the energy that exists between the 2 of you are the Hermit, Peace, 10 of Wands, and the Bouquet. So it feels to me like you could be separated with the Hermit. Certainly energetically, you could be separated. You could feel like you are at a distance from this person, even if you are not. But I do feel there's a mystical aspect about this relationship because we have the Bouquet and intuition. So it feels like you're still maybe psychically connected, even if you're not talking all the time. The Page of Swords showed up at the bottom of the deck. And when it's under the deck, it could mean that you're not communicating, or you're not communicating about the things you should be communicating about, which may be why this person feels like such a mystery to you. But I do feel this mystical connection that exists between the 2 of you. And so on some intuitive level, you know that you can find peace with this person. You might find this person to feel like home, but yet, and in the reality, in the physical reality of the relationship, this feels like a huge burden. So there's something certainly amiss in this relationship. It feels like it could be communication, or maybe someone intentionally playing games or being mysterious, but I don't see that yet. So, but someone is struggling to communicate for whatever reason that is. So in your person's feelings, we have the Knight of Cups and sweetness. So your person can hear wedding bells, basically, is what I'm getting from this. They want to have a union with you. They may even want to marry you because I was hearing those wedding bells. They have a soul connection with you. There's an everlasting love, a devotion that they feel towards you. So there's no question about how they feel. Their actions, however, are the Three of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So they have some kind of conflict or some kind of a broken heart that keeps them from coming towards you in their fullest way. And that's what I was getting, that they're maybe being mysterious on purpose. And if it's not purposeful, they're coming off as mysterious because they're not coming forward 100%. They're holding a lot back, and it's due to some pain that they are in because of this Three of Swords. So I feel like they're the kind of person who has a lot of pain, but they don't like to complain about it. But yet it doesn't matter, because even if they're not complaining about it, it still manifests in bad things that fester between the two of you. So hopefully that made sense, but they're holding themselves back from being their truest or most clear communicating self because of some other pain that they're having. And so it almost feels like it would be better if they would complain about the pain, because then at least they could start processing it and working through it. So in your feelings, yeah, look at that. You have the Knight of Swords and flow. You feel like communicating. You feel like you should be communicating. You feel, so the Knight of Swords is like my straight shooter. My Knight of Swords speaks the truth and speaks up and is assertive, and their words are not held back. The Knight of Swords has a very open throat chakra. And speaking of, this is a card for throat chakra too. But you feel that the conversation should be flowing, and that you think that this is a good time to decide, if we can't have a conversation about this stuff, if you can't be honest with me about your pain or whatever this conflict is, then you're feeling like that's what you need. You feel a need to communicate with this person. Your actions are the King of Swords and the Magician. So I think you have every intention of coming to this person, speaking up, and I wouldn't say an ultimatum. I'm not feeling ultimatum type of energy, but you're coming in tough with this person. You're coming in with tough love, and you are going to speak your truth. You are going to be that straight shooter that you feel like being. You're going to be that sharp shooter that you feel like being. And I believe you're going to say to this person that if they don't start telling you what's going on, that there's a problem. You're going to be heading in perhaps a different direction, because they need to tell you what is going on, that you can't manifest a relationship with this person. You can't get past 3 Pentacles and build to your 10 of Pentacles if you don't have a clear idea of what's happening in this person's world. So if they're holding things back, or they're not telling you the whole truth, if they're telling you half truths, if they're not being transparent, you are not going to stand for that, because I see that in your feelings, but in your actions, I see you coming to them and saying, look, if you don't tell me the truth now, I don't know how this is going to progress. So they see you as the Knight of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. So I think that they know that you have a lot of confidence in yourself, and that anything that you do, you're going to be successful at, is what this combination of the Knight of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles is telling me. And so I think they have a lot of respect for you, a lot of respect, but I feel like they feel disconnected from that maybe they feel that they can't match you where you are, and that maybe the reason why they're hiding parts of themselves back or not coming forward fully, because they feel like they're not going to be able to match you where you are. In spite of how much love they have for you, there's too much pain, maybe baggage. We did see the 10 of Wands, which can often be a card of baggage. They might just be bringing too much baggage to the table to be able to come to you in a true and authentic and transparent way. So you see them as the Queen of Cups and the Star. So you see right through to their true essence, their true feelings. You know how loving they are, or how loving they are capable of being. You can absolutely see that about them. And I think that you can see that the reason that you guys might be separated right now, because we saw the Hermit, or energetically separated or emotionally separated, make sense for you. But I think that you understand that that's part of the healing process, that your person, or at least you see them that way. You see them as healing in their isolation, that You see them as being sad perhaps and missing you, which is probably entirely true because the Knight of Cups and the sweetness is in their feelings. They're definitely thinking about you. They're very uncertain about the future. They know what you require. They know you require the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And then the Star, I think you may be holding out hope that this is still going to work, because maybe this period of isolation is what your person needed in order to see what they're losing. They see you as this badass, which I know you are, Scorpio. They see you that way. And so this is giving them like a time out for them to see just exactly what it is they're going to miss out on if they don't come forward and speak their truth, if they don't come forward and tell you the truth, if they don't come forward and are transparent. So in their intentions, we have the Seven of Pentacles and intuition. So they want to invest in this. They know who you are to them. They know this. They know, though intuitively there's that mystical connection that I felt between the two of you. They know the hard work that this is going to require. The Seven of Pentacles is about doing a lot of hard work so that you can reap the benefits of that hard work. But you're showing up as an Eight of Pentacles. So they know you've already done the hard work, and this is them trying to catch up to you. The problem is the Seven of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy. So any amount of investment they do now, it's going to take them a while to catch up. That's why I think they're hoping to connect with you on an intuitive level, which I think they have, because you see them as the Star, you see them as healing. So even though they might not have come to you and said in a very straightforward way, hey, look, Scorpio, I am healing, so please hold on and wait for me. I think that they are doing that in the background, not telling you that because they're still unsure how to even do that. But I think this intuitive connection you have, because we have the card of intuition and the bouquet, which is another card of your spiritual guidance and intuition, that I feel like this person really understands, that you understand that this person is healing, even though you have not had a conversation about it. And so there's so much here about the throat chakra and needing to have a conversation. That is for sure. But your intuitive connection keeps you together, keeps you glued together, because you don't need them to tell you because you already know. Does that make sense? So if we look at the energy that keeps you two together, there's the Page of Swords again, hunger, Ace of Pentacles, and the home. So the home card is sort of reconfirming to me that there's a history that exists between the two of you. You may have assets together. You may have bought a home together. You may live together. You may be married. I did hear those wedding bells earlier. So, but I think you both know that this is a serious opportunity that exists here between the two of you. There's a hunger that exists. You both want each other. You're both curious about each other. You both want to take action towards each other. And I just feel like this Ace of Pentacles exists between the two of you for a reason. This is an enormous opportunity, and you both know that. It just feels like a commitment. The Ace of Pentacles is a commitment. It can be the card for the engagement ring. And so I just really feel like your person needs to complain more. I just keep going back to this, that if they would just be honest about what they're feeling and what they're going through, and not feel like they're protecting you from whatever that is, because they're feeling that they're protecting you is actually driving a wedge between the two of you. It's actually adding more of a burden between the two of you when they don't tell you things. And that the peace is going to come when they just finally unload and tell you the truth about everything that they've been holding back. And the sense of relief that will come over you, and then you can really move forward in a strong union. So there you go, Scorpio. That is your love reading. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.